Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this because I'm the stepdaughter. The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle.
What? That's the same response I had, Chris, when I came across this. I think that's the response her stepfather had also. But anyway, let's get into the story of this stepfather that refused to pay for his daughter's wedding because his daughter wanted her actual father to walk her down the aisle. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did ya miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, it's nothing too heavy. Today, I just got a little family feud that's going a little crazy on TikTok, and I'm going to bring it to y'all to get y'all opinions. This stepfather, he was paying for his stepdaughter's wedding, and he went all out for the wedding. But his stepdaughter wanted her actual father to walk her down the aisle, and things got a little sticky. So we're going to let the young lady tell her part of the story, and then we're going to come back and we're going to let the father tell his side of the story.
Get your popcorn ready.
Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this because I'm the stepdaughter. The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle. Let me start with this. I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back on my wedding day and regret not us both being there. And no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back at my wedding day and regret not giving both of us that moment. My husband actually said it first. Babe, your real dad should walk you down the aisle. And that hit me. Like, yeah, he should. For everything he didn't do, that's still my dad. That's still the man whose DNA I carry. And one moment doesn't erase the damage, but it does mean something to me. And yes, I did tell my stepfather he could walk me down the aisle. I'm not gonna lie. I did say that. And at the time, it felt right. He's been there for me for years. School, rides, money, everything. He was stable when my dad wasn't. So yeah, I said it. But after talking with my fiance, I realized I wanted something different. And I should have told my stepdad. Yes, I should have pulled him aside. But I didn't know how to say it without hurting him. So it slipped out at the dinner table. And yeah, that was wrong. I'm going to take the blame for that. But I'm not apologizing for wanting my real father to be there at my wedding. And everyone keeps talking about it. Like, everybody keeps talking about the money like I was trying to use him, but I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. I'm just used to him being there. He's never told me no. He paid for school, my car, everything I needed. So was I wrong for thinking that he'd help with the wedding too? He's always helped me. I thought that he wanted to. I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking about my wedding and how I dreamed that it would look. And that's on me. I should have thought deeper, and I should have seen how it made him feel, but I wasn't trying to use him. And breaking up with my mom over it, I don't understand that part. My mom didn't pressure me. She didn't force anything, any of this. She helped me plan. She supported me. How was she supposed to tell me not to invite my father, even though that's what I wanted? She just wanted me to be happy, her daughter. I'm not trying to bash him. I just wanted to come online and give my side. I love my stepfather, I really do. But I love my father too, even with all his mistakes. And on my wedding day, I chose what my heart would want. And if that makes me wrong, then okay. But I'm not finna apologize for wanting my dad to walk me down the aisle. That's it, and that's all.
That's good.
First off, before we go any further, shouts out to Kevin Wesley over there on TikTok. If you have TikTok, go over there and follow Kevin Wesley. But the one takeaway that I kind of grabbed from that, she talked about she wanted her actual father to, share the moment with her and be there. Every guest that was going to be in attendance was going to share the moment with you. Your father could have shared the moment with you from the audience like everybody else if he wasn't paying for it, in my humble personal opinion. But if you want to be 100% technical about this and take the feelings out of it, if the actual father is around and she wants her father to walk her down the aisle, it is what it is. I totally understand the frustrations, but this is her decision. A lot of time us old heads, we get all in our feelings and we want to control and move and shake everything. But this is her decision, and that's the decision that she made. Now I guess Buddy just knows. I guess Kevin just knows where he stands at, where his actual position is. But now let's give Kevin a chance to explain his position. How this whole situation made him feel, and how he responded to her saying that she wanted her father to walk her down the aisle. She gave you a little hint. She told you that, he broke up with mom. So let's see exactly where Kevin's headspace is.
Hello, everyone. I'm the sucker from the Am I the Asshole for refusing to pay for my daughter's wedding post, okay? Reddit wouldn't allow me, their moderators wouldn't allow me to post an update. So here's for you guys who wanted an update on this, okay? The reason I refused to pay for my stepdaughter's wedding is because she lied to me and said I would walk her down the aisle, but instead she told her in-laws at dinner while I was present that she actually wanted her deadbeat father to walk her down the aisle. Now, my fiance claimed that he's apparently verbally abusive and refused to pay child support. And a lot of shit has happened since then. So we got a lot to talk about. Now, I probably should have mentioned this in my previous post, but I had nothing to do with the planning of the wedding, nor did I want to plan the wedding. It was all my fiance and stepdaughter's planning. Well, a lot of you guys have been concerned about the price of the wedding, okay? And you made me concerned. So some of you guys have asked about it, and so I asked my fiance about the planning of the wedding, and I came to the conclusion that from asking her that I've just been a check to my fiance and stepdaughter this entire time. Now, the planning, the actual wedding itself, it costs $40K, which I understood because there are over 400 plus guests, okay? But the rest of it was $160,000 spent on a honeymoon to Dubai. And in this list of people, it had my fiance, her sister's family, my stepdaughter, her man, along with his family. And this invitation disgusted me. Her deadbeat fucking father. At that point, I went ballistic. I never agreed to pay for no honeymoon, only for a fucking wedding. And the money was supposed to be for the newlyweds. And my fiance said this so calmly and expected me to be okay with it. You understand? Paying for somebody else's holidays. How can she say this shit so calmly to invite a man that she claimed who refused to pay child support and said he was verbally fucking abusive? You understand? So I lost my cool, needless to say. I told her that her and her daughter took advantage of me and my money, and they were selfish, especially to leave their two young daughters alone with me. I work more than 40 plus hours a week on my business. You understand? I don't know where she got the idea to invite her family the way she did, and the dude actually tried to lay his hands on me years ago. He lucky he's alive today. You understand? So anyway, I told her, you and your daughter got 7 days to get out of my house.
Get your shit and get out.
And she started this circus act, but there was no going back. I started the process of moving forward. I changed all of my card pins so no more of my money could be usurped from me. And I began the refund process. I contacted all the venues, and they were actually really nice. But it'll take a couple of working days, maybe a week or so, for me to get my refund. Now, for the tickets to Dubai, let's just say I'm a lucky because they actually gave me the refund for the tickets, which was $75,000, okay? Now, the tickets were unused, and that brought excitement to me. Now, it hurt thinking about how these people who haven't worked as hard as me thought it would be a good idea to use my hard-earned money on first-class tickets to Dubai. My fiance told her daughter that I refunded the wedding, and she didn't take it well at all. I won't go into too much detail about that, but because I've talked long enough, but I was petty. And I told her that your real dad can pay for it. This has been a shit show of the last few months. I can't see my two young children every day now, and I've lost my fiance. But that's okay. But the good news is, I got a son who's 25, who just had a baby, who chose to give his son my surname. At least that's showing some appreciation for me. You understand? At least somebody appreciates me. But I'm telling you, man, I'll never do this again. I was played, and I didn't go into even half of all the things that they spent money on. You understand? But that's for all of you guys asking for an update. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.
I don't know what Kevin do for a living, but they was trying to have a wedding of the year off Kevin pockets, man. But That whole vacation at Dubai, that wasn't going to happen right now anyway. You was going to get your money back for that Dubai vacation, especially right now. But that was Kevin's side of the story. But it's a lot of people that's killing Kevin right now. A lot of people are like, you did all that for a woman and it wasn't your wife. Like right now, a lot of people is kicking Kevin in the back saying this is all totally his fault because, like I said, the lady wasn't his wife. Why would he go all out like that? So Kevin jumped back online to explain that part of the whole situation.
Oh, and I know a lot of you guys were saying that because she wasn't actually my wife, I should have never done those things, and how can I feel that way and she's not technically my wife? Listen, y'all, I love that woman. And regardless if we had actual paperwork or not, I treated that woman like my wife. I took care of her and her daughter. Do you understand? So miss me with all of that. You understand? Paperwork don't mean everything. I call her my fiance because I was going to marry that woman. Okay? In hindsight, you might say, well, I should have made sure that we had legal paperwork and all this stuff before I did the things a man's supposed to do, but I just don't see it that way. And regardless, I shouldn't have been treated that way. I don't think that's a good excuse. All right, peace.
Actually, to be honest with y'all, I don't understand why people are asking him why wasn't he married. It's a good thing he wasn't married. It would have been half season. Half! If he was married. I don't know why they talking that married stuff. Okay, he almost possibly got taken for $200K out of the wedding. Obviously, he has a whole lot more than that if he just basically opening the checkbook up saying spend what you want. So if he would have been married, they'd be breaking up right now and she'd be walking away with half. So that'd be a terrible idea. But anyway, man, that's what's going on in that little situation. Shouts out to all the stepfathers out there that's appreciated, man. And I'm saying thank you, not from the moms, or the dads. I'm saying thank you from the kid's perspective. Thanks for being in the kid's life, especially if that kid appreciates you being there because you're making a change in a young person's life, and that's what's up. But anyway, man, if you ask me, this is just a sticky situation, man. This is something that you knew going into the situation could be a possibility. And like I said, while it may hurt your feelings, technically, she has every right. It would just be respectful if she respected the fact that you paid for it and chose you to walk her down the aisle, especially since she said you basically sponsored her whole life. But
it's an unfair game.
You know where you stand at now. You know exactly where you stand at now. So I guess my man is moving according to the way that he feel he should move right now. And that's everybody got to kick rocks. Everybody got to get out, checkbook closed, party's over, call the rest of the crew.
Bye. See you when I see you. Goodbye.
But anyway, man, this video is going to end like all the other videos, man. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know how you feel about everything you have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
Okay, y'all, that's all I really wanted to say, and I hope that clears up everything, that I was not using my dad. I was not using my stepdad. I just wanted my real dad to have a moment with me. Okay, bye, guys.